the Scottish-born writer Armando Iannucci is known for his political satires, the most famous outside Britain being Veep. With the death of Stalin as co-writer-director, he takes on a moment in the history of the USSR when in 1953, the Soviet leader's reign of terror comes to an abrupt end. Jockeying around his dead body are members of the Central Committee, his weak deputy, Melancholy, Jeffrey Tambor, who allies himself with the Machiavellian head of the NKVD, Beria, played by noted British stage actor Simon Russell Beale. Then there's Nikita Khrushchev, Steve Buscemi, who's lobbying against Beria and wants to introduce a more lenient regime. Among his reluctant allies is Molotov, Michael Palin. But this makes the film sound like a straight drama, and the death of Stalin is anything but. It's an hilarious take on the chaos around that dead body, with Stalin's children, the volatile Vasily, Rupert Friend and daughter Svetlana, Andrea Riseborough, only adding to the mayhem, with Jason Isaac as head of the army, entering the scene at an opportune moment.
What are you doing to my father, you jackals? How old are you?
I'm old.
You're not old! You're not even a person! You're a testicle!
Everything's gonna be fine.
It's not exactly fine, is it? My father's lying there with his head open.
This is completely delicious cinema. It has a really clever screenplay based on a graphic novel by Fabian Nuri. One of the more appealing lines is, "I've had nightmares that made more sense than this," which encapsulates the spirit of the film exactly.
Are you wearing pyjamas?
Yes, so?
Why?
Because I act, Lavrenti, decisively and with great speed.
I said you'd be tested, and right now you're being tested by a shouting man wearing pyjamas. Have you got a nappy under those too? Too late for him.
It has a simply splendid cast from both sides of the Atlantic. Simon Russell Beale is brilliant as Beria, and Steve Buscemi has a lot of fun with Khrushchev. And it's been intelligently handled by director Iannucci, who has a real feel for balancing the comedy with the horrors of Beria's death squads. It is hugely enjoyable. Did you find it?
Hugely enjoyable. I couldn't agree more with you.
Oh, thank
This
God.
film is a riot in so many ways, and extraordinarily pertinent. I mean, you're laughing your head off, and then you suddenly think, well, this could be Putin's court, or this certainly could be Trump. I mean, look at the chaos surrounding by Trump as he attained power and now tries desperately to hang on to power. Or it could be Britain with the debates about Brexit and the madness behind the scenes there. This is so pertinent about power and the nature of it, the way that it's acquired in its sort of random, sort of crazy kind of way.
Yeah, it's got a peculiarly Russian madness to it that I think is beautiful because, I mean, a lot of it is horrible with, you know, Beria, who was notorious as head of the NKVD.
Yes.
You know,
Well,
just
executions are happening
people.
right, left and centre through this
Exactly, exactly.
And the chaos is added to in the Russianness, oddly enough, paradoxically enough, by the fact that all the actors use their own accents.
Yes.
So you've got actors, you know, playing, you know, who've got Yorkshire accents. There are Brooklyn accents from Buscemi. They've got London Cockney accents. It's a wonderful mix. But then Iannucci says that the people surrounding Stalin all came from different parts of Russia and they all had different voices and different accents, so it's totally legit.
Yes, and I didn't even click to that. I just, you know, it's sort of something that you just get drawn into. And I love that, when you're so drawn into a world with a film that you don't worry about, you know, the details. You just go with it. And I went with it all the way.
I particularly love the first sequence. It's a long set piece where an orchestra is playing with a wonderful, very attractive, beautiful pianist, and there's some guys recording it, and we sort of centre on them to some extent, and they're mucking around the way that they're not actually recording it. They're letting it go out live to Russia, and Beria's listening and he likes it so much he wants a copy of it. And of course they haven't recorded it, and they have to bring everybody back to actually record it for the... That is an hysterical scene, and it really sets the tone of chaos and madness that then follows once Beria himself, Stalin himself collapses and the mayhem ensues.
It does set itself up right at the beginning as a farce. And, you know, I love this film. I think it's really clever.
I mean, there are a lot of actors to handle, to wrangle. A lot of them are on stage, as it were, in camera at the very same time. They're all talking very quickly in that Inucci sort of style, yet it's handled absolutely superbly. He's a really top-class director, this guy. He's big-time talent.
He's smart. He is really smart. This is absolutely a 4-star film for me.
4-star for me too, absolutely. I love this film, loved it.
Stalin will be loving this.
All of you can kiss my Russian ass.
I'm off to represent the entire Red Army at the buffet. You girls enjoy yourself.